This video discusses the historical mistreatment of human remains and marginalized communities for educational purposes within the field of anthropology. This content addresses a sensitive history related to the study of human remains and marginalized groups. Welcome to Introduction to Anthropology, ANT 2000. We will focus on understanding humans, both past and present. This video provides an introduction to anthropology, a field dedicated to understanding humans, past and present. What exactly is anthropology? It is the study of humans, past, present, and future, covering culture, biology, archaeology, and language. Anthropology is the comprehensive study of humans across time, including their culture, biology, archaeology, and language. Why study anthropology? It helps us understand cultural diversity and allows us to explore human origins and adaptation. By studying anthropology, we gain insight into cultural diversity and explore the complexities of human origins and adaptation. Another reason to study anthropology is to apply knowledge in various real-world careers, such as health, education, policy, and archaeology. Anthropological knowledge is applicable in careers across health, education, policy, and archaeology. Anthropology is divided into four main subfields: cultural, biological, archaeological, and linguistic anthropology. The four subfields are cultural anthropology, studying human societies; biological anthropology, focusing on evolution; archaeology, examining artifacts; and linguistic anthropology, analyzing language. Key concepts include cultural relativism, which is understanding cultures on their own terms, and ethnocentrism, judging others by one's own standards. Fieldwork, utilizing participant observation and ethnography, are essential research methods for studying societies. To recap, anthropology is the study of humans, encompassing four subfields. It uses various research methods to understand societies and human behavior. Anthropology studies humanity, utilizing the four subfields and diverse research methods to explore societies and behavior. Biological anthropology covers human evolution, including evolutionary theory and natural selection. It examines the hominid lineage and focuses on adaptation, genetics, and human variation. Biological anthropology explores evolutionary theory, the hominid lineage, and adaptation, genetics, and human variation. Archaeology uses methods like excavation, dating, and artifact analysis. Major discoveries include ancient civilizations and tools, informing cultural understanding. Archaeology employs specific methods to study past civilizations through artifacts, contributing significantly to cultural understanding. Linguistic anthropology examines language as a cultural tool. It considers how language shapes perception, exemplified by the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis, and explores sociolinguistics like dialects and social identity. Linguistic anthropology investigates language as a cultural system, exploring its influence on perception and its role in social identity through sociolinguistics. Applied anthropology uses anthropological knowledge to address real-world problems. This includes cultural preservation, public health, and policy and international development work. Applied anthropology utilizes cultural preservation, public health, and policy engagement to address contemporary global issues. In summary, anthropology is the study of humans, covering culture, biology, archaeology, and language, using methods such as observation, excavation, and ethnography. Anthropology is a holistic field studying humanity across four subfields, employing diverse research methods. We now examine anthropology's dark history, starting with grave robbing and body snatching. This was a routine, organized activity in the 18th and 19th centuries, tied to medical education. In this historical context, grave robbing was common and systematically targeted marginalized communities like the poor and enslaved for bodies used in dissection. A famous case involved the resurrectionists in the US and Europe. Contrary to media myths, this was an organized operation tied to universities, not just isolated acts. The reality of organized crime supplying bodies to medical institutions, a far cry from the sensationalized lone gravediggers often depicted. Next is racial science and fake biology, where anthropology was used to prove racial superiority through biased skull measurements and false IQ hierarchies, claiming certain groups were less evolved. Racial science relied on flawed methods like craniometry to create false hierarchies and justify racist ideologies. These false ideas justified slavery, forced sterilization, segregation, and immigration bans. Samuel Morton's skull collection, used to rank races, was later proven to have manipulated data. The consequences of racial science were devastating, justifying widespread human rights abuses and discriminatory policies. The reality of racial science is that entire institutions, not just one evil scientist, backed these harmful concepts for decades. Institutional support made racial science a powerful and destructive force in history. Eugenics, supported by anthropology and biology, led to the forced sterilization of thousands in the US, targeting marginalized people. This continued legally into the 1970s. Eugenics involved scientific justification for forced sterilization, primarily affecting the poor, disabled, and women of color. Unlike cinematic dystopias, the terrifying reality of eugenics already occurred, quietly and legally, in the recent past. The historical application of eugenics highlights the real-world dangers of science misused to enforce discrimination. The first scary fact: human bones remain sitting in university storage, improperly labeled. Universities often do not know who they belong to, where they came from, or if they were stolen. These collections, gathered by respectable academics, represent unethically obtained human remains currently held in university basements and closets. Secondly, scientists once dug up graves to falsely, quote, prove Black people felt less pain, claiming they had thicker skin and less emotional capacity during the 1800s. This dangerous lie justified performing surgery without anesthesia and supported slavery and abuse, leaving echoes in medical care that persist today.